I myself am doing quite well. And as I was sitting here pondering what video I wanted to make for tonight, I had the idea of showing you a collection. You know, I've got collections of things. I like stuff. I think it's fun. It's like, well, what collection could I show my viewers that I think would be fun and interesting and that they would enjoy? And then I thought, why not show you guys my handheld game collection? Also, I really love this soft plush blanket. I think it's nice and gives off a cozy vibe. I also have the lighting dimmed down, so we're in a nice cozy little environment for us to just hang out, and you can watch me show you some of my handheld gaming devices. Retro only. Not like the Switch or anything like that. I do have one, but that's not what I was really thinking. So let's start with the first ever handheld console that I ever received. This guy, a Game Boy Color. I still have a sweet spot for this console specifically. I got my first Game Boy Color at a garage sale. Now, this is not the first Game Boy. This is actually a remake. I actually modded this one to have this black exterior shell. But the first one that I ever had was a purple, see-through, kind of like this, but purple. And I got it at a garage sale with 4 games for $2, which might be one of the greatest deals I ever got. Game Boy Color with 4 games, one of which being Link's Awakening, for $2. Like, you never see deals like that anymore. This was before the internet was nearly as prominent as it is now, and people realize there's lots of money to be made off of retro consoles. But that was when I was about 7 years old, maybe. So it was a little later. Like, this console was already kind of out of date. Most people were on DS's or Game Boy Advance. But I thought I was so cool when I got this console. My mother was always very strict about video games, so I never really had much. But when I finally got this guy, and I was able to experience games like The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. This is the original game that came with my old Game Boy. It was truly something magical. It also came with Tetris, Wario Land 2, and Mega Man 2. So these were all the games so many fond memories of laying in my bed at night when I knew my parents had gone to sleep, with a flashlight under my covers, playing Link's Awakening, and trying to be quiet because my parents would come up and check on us sometimes, and I'd have to pretend like I was asleep because, of course, I shouldn't have been playing video games at 2 o'clock in the morning. But, those were some good times. I also think we as kids, I think I used to think my parents would come up and check on us just routinely, but I think it was actually that we were being louder than we thought. And my parents would actually hear us up there going like, oh my gosh, look, you found this, you know. And then they'd come up and be like, what's going on? But we as kids thought we were being so sneaky. And then you'd have to fake asleep. I don't know if they were actually fooled, but they acted like they were. Anyway, definitely some fond memories. And I'll also be showing you guys some of my games like this, along with the consoles. But the Game Boy Color is a treasure for me. And I really like this black exterior shell. It's really cool. It's like see-through. Like I said, like you can actually see the batteries and all the interior workings. I, for a while, modded Game Boy Colors and normal Game Boys with like backlit screens and custom shells. I did that for a while, and I would sell them. But this one's a treasure. Let's move on. We'll push these games up over here for right now. The next console that I got was this one. A Game Boy Classic that has seen better days, let me tell you. This thing is beat up, but it is modded. So it has a audio input, which was put in there, and a backlit screen with a switch, which I thought was pretty cool. I got this off of eBay for like $40 because it was so beat up. Like if you look at the scratches on the screen, it's pretty bad. It's also really dirty and grimy. And this, as you can see, this cover is not the original. It's a different color entirely. But I actually really like this one because there was so many mods put on it, and it works really well. One of these days I'm going to replace the screen because it's got so many scratches and it's not a hard thing to do. So, but this guy was special because I would use it to make music. I would actually make little beats with it, and I guess that was honestly why I treasure this one so much. I wanted a cheap, easy Game Boy with the mods already put on it, and I found one. And the rest is history. I don't use it as much anymore, though. It's still very, very cool, though. It's just a nice one to have. So then, after that one, I bought my first 3DS. I skipped the DS because by the time I was looking to get one of these, the DS was already out of style. So I picked up a fresh, Jeremy-colored 3DS. This is the original one, the first edition. 3DS more than I like the DS, personally. Now, I know there's probably a lot of people who disagree with that statement, but I think the 3DS got a lot of really good games, and the DS, I just don't find too many of the games that came out for the DS as fun. And I think the DSs were so oversaturated. Like, there's so many DSs in the world, like in the market. Like, you can get them for like $15 on eBay. And I just kind of they didn't interest me as much, so I actually don't own a classic DS or a DS Lite or anything like that, but I do own, as you will see, multiple of these. But overall, this was really fun, being able to play Smash Bros on this. Show you some of the games that I have. Some of which are DS, some of which are 3DS. I think these are the ones I play the most of. Pokemon Moon. Hold on, let me show you. Pokemon Moon. Probably one of my favorite Pokemon games of all time. Mario Kart, if it'll focus. Mario Kart 7. Love this game. Super Mario 3D Land. Also a lot of fun. Played that a lot on the train going to New York City. Pokemon Sun. And that, no wait, this is actually, sorry, Omega Ruby. Also really good. But I have Sun too. I have Sun and Moon. I think Sun might be in my little tin over here. I'll show you guys that later. Hyrule Warriors Legends. Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. And arguably my rarest and probably one of my favorite 3DS games was actually Kirby's. Oh, let's see if it'll focus. It's not wanting to. Hello. Wow, it really doesn't want to focus on this one, huh? There we go. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Absolutely love that game. One of my favorites. I played it on the Wii originally. I think it was the Wii. Yeah, it came out on the Wii. And I played a lot now. It's probably one of the ones I still consistently play pretty regularly. I've beaten it a couple times now. But yes, those are some of the games. Those are like the ones I keep most consistently in my case that I keep my 3DSs in. And actually, this is not the 3DS that I play the most. This was my first one, and it always kind of holds a special place in my heart, but it is not my main one. I will show you that next. My next handheld was this one. The 3DS XL Legend of Zelda Edition Gold. It's got the Triforce on it. And this is probably one of my favorite handhelds. I'm so sad though, because I put it in my bag going on vacation one time and got all of these scratches on it. You probably can't see it because it's not focusing. All those. This was in mint condition. And I totally ruined it. I almost cried. I was so sad and upset when that happened. 16-year-old Cosmo was very, very upset when that happened. And I had a case for it. I just slipped it in there real quick because I wanted to, just take it. It was like a last second thought, and I was like, I'll just put it in my backpack before I go on vacation. And that's what I get for doing that. But this one also has very clicky buttons. fun. This made this one feel like old tech because of how big the screen was, and it was a little more vibrant, and really loved this 3DS. This is the one I use the most. It's got a game in there. And what do you know? It's Pokemon Sun. Because that's what I was playing last. That would explain it. But, this one, again, because I'm such a big Legend of Zelda fan, I had to have this one, and I also really like the gold, shiny look. Though after making all these scratches, I actually wanted to buy another one, because I hate the scratches, they bother me so much. And I had a mint condition one for so long, and then I ruined it when I was a kid. And now that I'm an adult, I would be way more careful with it, but it's okay. That's what's happened is happened. The past is the past. Mistakes were made. But yeah, lots of great memories of playing games with my friends and sleepovers and, you know, stuff like that. Long car rides. I do love the 3DS, will always hold a very special place in my heart. Even though I was very late to the party of getting one. Like, all my friends had had one for a long time before I got mine. Now, I'm debating which one do I want to show next. I think I know. The next one I got was not a retro console necessarily, but also it's supposed to replicate it. The Analog Pocket. And this console is the one I use the most now to play retro Game Boy games like these, or like these. And I'll show you guys some of these as well. I'm just dumping them out. But I've got lots of old retro games. This is not my full collection. I have way more, but my friend is borrowing a bunch of them. And when I say borrowing, I mean he's had them for like 4 months now, but it's fine. He'll give them back if I ask. He's just, not playing them every night or anything. But I have all these games. And I didn't give him the ones that I play the most, like, again, Link's Awakening. I also do have the other two Legend of Zelda games, Oracle of Seasons, and, well, I'm blanking on the name right now. Doesn't matter. It'll come to me. But I do have Doom for the Game Boy Advanced. If it'll focus, it probably won't. It's a little beat up. Yoshi's Island, probably one of my favorite games. The soundtrack is so good. Super Mario Bros. 3. There we go. I think inside of it right now is Super Mario Pinball, which is a great game if you've never played that. Total hidden gem on the Game Boy Advance. And then I have some dungeon crawlers, like Shadowgate and Towers, Lord Banif's Deceit. I think that's how you say it. I've only played this one a little bit. I've played a lot of Shadowgate. But anyway, I also do have Mega Man 1 as well, but that's not here. And of course, Tetris is classic. I played so much Tetris. As well as also having Super Mario Land 2. The 6 golden coins. Hold on, if it'll show up. There we go. Also, one of my favorites. Oh, and of course you can never forget Super Mario World. And it's for the Advance. There we go. I'll show you my 3DS collection of games. I have more than what I showed you guys. But, so I got this because I wanted to play more of my classic games on a screen that is a bit more, modern, because I like the old screens and stuff. There's something fun about it, but it's not as nice as playing on a nice, modern LCD. Or this might even be, I actually don't know what screen this is. It's also rechargeable, so I didn't need batteries. It's just one of those, like, if I'm playing classic games, it's actually a light-up screen. It's not backlit, It's modern, but I can play my old classic cartridges. So I got it. It was a little expensive, but definitely been a lot of fun to play games on. Analog Pocket. I would recommend it. It's almost dead right now, though. Now, let me move some of these. I'm gonna move my games away now. Or at least, you know what we'll do, actually? We'll put them back. Lots of memories here. Childhood and adult memories, honestly. Like, these games I still play relatively regularly. Now on to another retro, but not really retro, game, or console I should say. And that is, that is this guy, the pizza box. You want some pizza? Of course I'm kidding. It is the Playdate. So the Playdate, if you've never heard of it, is a tiny little console that is made to play indie-developed retro games. The screen is not backlit. It is very, very crude. And it's a lot of fun. And then on top of that, it's got this little crank to use to play a lot of the games. And what's really cool about the Playdate is that new games are coming out all the time. And they're usually very cheap, but very short, little, fun, pocket-sized games. I've wanted one for a really long time, and then, I don't know how long ago now it was, maybe a year ago, I finally bought one. And I will say, I've probably sunk a good 100 hours into it, into different games and different little, a lot of their classic little games that come for free with it. And I've bought quite a few little indie developed games made by just random people, which are all really, really fun and really cute and good. A lot of arcade games, a lot of RPGs, stuff like that. And they're all usually like a 2 to 3 hour game, so like you can beat them in a day if you want to, right? Like you could play it all through in one day. And a lot of times they're cute little story games, or like I said, fun puzzle games, or arcade games that have, infinite replayability. They're a lot of fun. I really, really love this console. And it comes, and I got this cute little pizza case with it, which was a limited edition case that they came out with. It's definitely one of my favorite little consoles that I have, and it's not a retro game, but it basically is. But yeah, also very, very cool. Definitely one of my favorites. I'll just put that on top of the pocket. And now, the last one I wanted to show you guys. I'm actually going to turn it on first. Let you meet more of them anyway. See, some of these are DS as well. And these are ones that I play a lot less. Stuff like Turbo. This I think came with something. I didn't even buy this. Puppy Rescue. I don't play that. Sonic Mario London 2012. I don't play that. Pokemon Ranger. Never played it. Or I think I have actually a little bit. Pinball. Hall of Fame. I've played a lot of this. I love pinball. I don't even know why that's not in with the rest of my main games, but Mario Party, Diddy Kong Racing, Lego Movie, and then I think this is something My Amusement Park. Never even played this one. Some of these games just came in lots, where you buy a lot of 10 games and you just get random stuff, but I also wanted to get some of the other things that I wanted. Most of these were bought secondhand. It's why they don't have a case. But they're still cool to have, and you never know, I might try playing some of them someday. But now, it's time for you to meet the last console on my list here. Meet BMO. And I don't know if you guys can see the face, but there we go. This is my... Oh, look, they're talking. Here, I'll turn up the volume. I don't know if there is much to be heard right now. But this is my BMO Game Boy Classic. Themed, obviously, after Adventure Time by Game Changer Mods on Etsy. And this is my favorite classic handheld that I have now. It's the Game Boy I use the most. Just because I love BMO. Look at this, cute. Look at this. And if you press buttons, usually he'll interact with you. Sometimes. Sometimes they don't. There you go. Get little reactions if you press buttons. But this game that I have is actually a custom. This was like a homebrew. And if you press start, you actually get this whole menu that you can roam around in. You can play games, Compy's Castle, and I died immediately, but I can't actually see what I'm doing, so there we go. Right? Or you can play other games like, well, actually I don't know if there's a lot of other games. You can play, let me see, go outside, and you're in the Adventure Time treehouse. You can go explore. It's very cool. I will, if you guys wanted to see a video of me showing you guys this in greater detail, I could do that, but I'm not in a good position to do that right now. Regardless, absolutely love this console, love this homebrew, super cool. And this was not a cheap setup. It was definitely a bit pricey to get this made. Worth it, but also a bit pricey. And this is definitely one of my more expensive collections of things that I have. But it's a lot of fun, and I really do like, because there's something about retro gaming tech that I just absolutely adore. And other consoles that I'd love to get is a Game Boy Advanced SP. I don't have one. I'd love to get one. I I'd also like just a classic Game Boy Advance, but we'll see. I might someday. They're all so expensive now. But, yeah. That's my collection, guys. That's what I have. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like collecting something? Let me know in the comments. And let me know which one of these was your favorite. But, other than that, I think I should go, because this video is definitely